some good map picks here. Still, I think this is one of the few times where you could have a best of 3 that is a little bit one-sided.
Yeah.
EnVy is the second best, sometimes the best team in the world, and they're playing Copenhagen Wolves, which is not a bad team, but there's a real class difference here.
Yeah, and as we can see, the knife round already kicking off. It's going to be left to a 2-on-2, but looks like EnVyUs might be able to pick this one up. Again, they're probably the favorites in this, you know, off of a really high streak lately, winning SLTV, Star Series, destroying NIP multiple times, just making them look like a tier 2, tier 3 team. It really was insane.
That's what Thorin said at some point, I think, during an interview, is that it seems like whenever NIP face up against EnVy, it's EnVy who come up quite heavily on top. So I would expect that, but we'll see. Let it be a test. We don't want to rule anyone out just yet. And a big welcome and thanks to all of you for joining us. We hope you'll join us for the rest of the day and keep both streams open. Why don't you? And keep an eye on what's going on here. Yeah,
actually, for you guys at home are wondering, this is the last game on Stream B, and then all the matches will be played for the rest of the day over on Stream A at twitch.tv/ESL_CSGO. But we're kicking off the pistol round. EnVyUs on the CT side, Copenhagen Wolves on the T side. And quickly just go over the laps for you guys. We have Happy, Smith, Shocks. What? I'm just, for some reason, MBK, okay, that's an interesting name, and Kiyoshima. That's like Copenhagen Wolves. We have Hunden, SMS, Snappy, Asilian, and Freeze, and they're already pushed into this B side. They're going to get control of it.
Yeah, Shocks putting up that smoke, and he picks off SMF, who was trying to get that bomb down. Super good timing here on the French player. That would have been a big victory if they could have got the bomb down, because then they could have just played for the retake, but not going to happen here. Kiyoshima going to pick off Freeze. It's down to a 3v2 now. Asilian and Hunden still left here, but no bomb plant. They needed that bomb plant to put pressure on EnVy now instead. They can just play for time here on the CT side. They're not worried at all.
Ooh, Happy, nice little shot onto Asilian, and then Happy again getting the kill onto Hunden. Nice little bit of play out of them. So EnVyUs taking the pistol round, kind of what we expect. And Happy picking up a hat trick in that first round alone. And either way, you know, we kind of need to talk about the lineup for Copenhagen Wolves. It's been shaking around a little bit with now Snappy coming into the roster since MSL left for Dignitas.
Yeah.
And Snappy, I heard a lot of good things about him. A really good up-and-coming player.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of those people on the Danish scene that's been sort of lurking in the background for a long time. So no reason why, maybe given the right breaks, he couldn't make it something bigger. But he's going to have to prove it right here. Kiyoshima with the MP9, almost a third kill there. Smith still here with the MP7, and the SMF picked up the only kill they've got so far, and the only kill they're going to get that round. Shocks will finish it off on Snappy. And third round coming up here. They went for an early buy, but they, you know, without the bomb plant, they're going to have to wait now.
You're asking, you know, where we're going to see the SMGs, and we didn't really see it too much at Dignitas and Na'Vi, but we just saw it right there, and just to see every kill that comes in with one of those is so much money. They're going to have to bank up and store for a couple later rounds. But they do have a couple of M4s. They still have a couple of MP7s and MP9. And it looks like Copenhagen Wolves are going for a quick push, or at least a push over towards the same direction.
And EnVy have proven in the past that they're one of the teams that are really quick to react to the balance in the game and sort of switch towards what is most effective. And it's worked well for them in the past. They embraced quite heavily the CSET 75, the Tech 9, just like Fnatic have. It's I think a staple of being a top team is that you can actually do that. Now they're at it with the SMGs, and it's working quite well here. 2 kills on either of the 2 SMGs.
I like how you pointed that out, because I've always said to this day in any esport, adaptation is like one of the biggest things you can have as a team that makes you one of the best teams to adapt to new changes, to adapt to new maps, to new guns, whatever it may be. And if you can adapt that quickly, you can be one of those top teams. You have to be able to do that, because otherwise you're going to be left in the dust.
Yeah, and it's super important, and it's definitely one of the hallmarks, I would say. 3 people pushing into connector here from EnVy, and they are going to boost one guy up on the shelves up there. So that's a really good idea. That guy can look up, and you can see it's Smith. This is a 4th round auto sniper, which is kind of strange. Like, that's rare. That is definitely rare. Is he really going to have no targets here? Snappy in a great position here. You can tell Happy was just not expecting it all. SMF even going to come up with a kill here on Shocks with the smoke. It's a way better start for Copenhagen Wolves than I think I was expecting for that round.
Yeah, I mean, EnVyUs, a tier 1 team easily. One of the top teams in the world, if not the top team at some points in time. And you have Copenhagen Wolves, who's honestly... would it be bad to say they're a tier 3 team? I mean, they kind of walk the line between tier 3 and tier 2, I feel.
I think that's, especially now that they've got like a new player playing. It makes it really rough. Oh, team kill coming in there, but still a great round coming out right now from Copenhagen Wolves. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, I think before they had Snappy, and it's not down to whether or not he's a good player or not. It's when you add a player or change your lineup, it's always going to be a little bit tricky. But definitely definitely a tier 2 team either way. And MBK coming up, ends up going down as SMF with a great headshot there. And just to talk about standout players on this team, for my money's worth, it's actually SMF and Asilian who are the two main ones. Freeze could be, but he is not always consistent. When he's on top, he's an incredible player. So it's actually like a real. So I'd say for consistency, Asilian and SMF, especially SMF, is a really fun player to watch. So looking forward to it.
Well, Copenhagen Wolves able to pick up the first gun round, so well done to them. And you keep in mind, you know, EnVyUs, they invested into that auto sniper in round number 4, and it kind of worked against them. That's a lot of money to invest into a gun and to lose out on. But we do see Happy open up onto Snappy with that first op shot over towards long tunnel. But the rest of them are pushing towards A, and there's already a 2-man stack just waiting by restrooms. It's EnVyUs in a prime position to stop this. Oh, that is going to be a fantastic shot if Keo can land it.
They're going to come in from the right-hand side instead. Hunden gets spotted there, and they don't know. Oh, Kiyoshima jumping the gun. Could have maybe waited a few seconds as Shox is going to go down to Freeze. There's a big opening here. SMF picking off Smiths. It's not looking good right now for Envy. Kiyoshima holding the A-bomb site where it looks like the action is going to happen at any moment. Question is if he can come out with a big win here. He's going to have to pick up at least a couple of kills, and he's got Happy coming in as well. He pushes out on the other side of the smoke. That's a big risk to take and ends up falling back on the other side of him instead. And Copenhagen Wolves just want to get the bomb down here, and they will. Very safe plant going on right now. And they fall back to cover it.
This is going to be a tough retake if EnVyUs do decide to go for it. I mean, they do have the equipment necessary for it. They do have that Mag 7 onto NBK. Can they hit the shots? A lot of flashes being thrown over the top. Asilian does get a nice first kill. Happy looking for a return. He finally does get one, but now he's all by himself. He can't get the shot onto Asilian. And that will now be 3-2. Copenhagen Wolves taking quite a few rounds straight. Number 2. And just keep in mind for you guys at home, this was actually chosen by Copenhagen Wolves just to give you a little bit of information on the picks that went into this. And Inferno was chosen by EnVyUs.
Really, I would say not just some really good opening kills from Freeze and SMF in that round, which obviously sort of it built the foundation they needed to win that round. But overall, once they got up into the bomb site, very, very calm way of handling things. Just putting up the smokes, putting the bomb down, playing for the retake, not having to clear the bomb site. Good map understanding. Definitely a big win for them. Now it's forced Envy back to pistols here. So overall, really impressive start from Copenhagen Wolves, without a doubt. And the stack going on from Envy here is cool, though. They've got 4 people essentially over by the picnic area.
This could work out really well for them with that 5-7. Still, now picking up 2 and Happy get a peek in around the corner, but they only get 1 off of that as Freeze does get the return. Now Smith's waiting, does get 1, does get the bomb down with that CZ. He's looking for that second. Oh, look at the HP he's on. And SMF connects the shot now. NBK, the last man alive, up against 3. Freeze with 14 HP. Snappy and SMF still yet to be touched. And it looks like Copenhagen Wolves is going to go back to play this one a little bit slow. And you know, you pointed out SMF as being, or SMF and Asilian as being really consistent, really good players for the team. Yeah. And SMF has had so many fantastic openers already in this game.
Yeah, they're both top fragging. Not that that necessarily means a lot right now, just we're really early on. And SMF will go down. MBK charges in, and Freeze is waiting for him. Pretty expensive round for Copenhagen Wolves, yeah. But actually, I think Envy could have won this round. I think I do want to criticize them a little bit for the way they played this. They had 2 people in the by the restrooms here, and they had 2 people over here. So when you have this many people stacked up to be able to bounce on, let's call this the kill zone, this box here for that setup, you're supposed to be in a situation where as soon as someone walks in here, everyone peeks at the same time. Instead, what kind of happened is Copenhagen was allowed to get in and kill these 2 people here, and then the other 2 people kind of say, oh, wait a minute, well, we're supposed to do something else. So there was like a big mistiming window there for them, and I actually think that they would have won the round if they hadn't missed that.
Yeah, they connected quite a few really good shots, and well, unfortunately for them, they don't go for that kind of route. But things are all tied up at 3 apiece. Smith's back on the op. First 2, not the auto sniper this time. We're watching towards long. Happy though, helping stack out this B side him. Look at the spot by Keo. That is really pushed up far.
Look at how they're holding on this side. Like, I don't know anyone else that holds 3 people on this plateau here. This is really weird.
I'm trying to think about why. I mean,
Well,
for a quick rotate towards A could happen, but
I think...
the smokes? Do you think they're trying to play around the smokes? They're going to come in?
Well, I think actually what they might be trying to do is trying to avoid getting peeked over the wall. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in a second, but Hiroshima and Smith smoked up in the A-bomb side. The bomb is here as well. It's going to be probably the exact same plant that we saw last time. Smith goes down, Freeze with a big opening. And Shox is here trying to prevent it. He hears it going down right in front. Great work here.
He does get one. He's looking for maybe a second as the bomb does get picked back up. He gets it on a Freeze. Look for the third. He gets it as well. Shox coming up big first team right when they need it. And Snappy, now the last one alive, going to just back away, save his gun with no time left. But wow, that shot by Freeze, I have to point out, onto Smith's.
Yeah.
Like, he just knew where that small gap was between the smokes and just completely caught him off guard.
So one of the things you can do down here, which is very common, is you can boost one terrorist up on this railing and then another one on top of him. And with that sort of double boost, you can look over the wall and you can look down behind the barrels here. You can spot if people are in this area in general, but you can't quite look far enough over to look over this wall. So maybe they're just all thinking, well, we don't want to get either grenaded or peeked at all. If we just hold back line here, if they push in from the L-bend, then with 3 people waiting. If they push back here, they still need to get up and get the bomb down. Will be 3 people here. It might actually just play like a super passive way of playing.
Maybe.
Look at this. Look at Happy. He's looking for that boost. You see it? He keeps checking if someone's boosting up there. So at least we can tell that EnVy they're very much aware that it can happen. Happy. Is it? He's still burning. Oh, 6 health. He goes down. Big mistake. NBK, though, clearing it up. FAMAS in hand. Triple kill. And now it's all on Freeze. Gets the 1 kill. Trying to put 1 through. Picks up an AK. And still has a couple of bullets here. And Freeze going very aggressive. Cool play coming out. He still ends up being put to sleep. Looks comfortable there. Shox coming up from behind. That's 5 and 3. Good round from EnVy, although it's a bit of a...
He went from 100 to 0 in that molly.
Yeah, I think he... First of all, he was flashed half the time. So I don't think he realized that it was still going on. I think maybe he thought a teammate had extinguished it with a smoke. But it looked really funny.
Well, we'll be headed to Texas soon and get ready for that barbecue, as you're seeing it here.
I am ready. I'm hoping Corey's going to be there. I've heard legendary things about Corey Dunn and his barbecues.
Oh, you're making me so hungry now. But either way, we still have Smith able to pick up a kill on a Snappy, keeping EnVyUs up 5 to 3. And Smith's currently sitting at actually 6-4 for his team, but is able to secure a second kill. This is pretty much an eco round on the side of Copenhagen Wolves. They do just have pistols, as SMF does return onto Keo. And Hunden going to get shut down by Smith there. But the 2-man wrecking squad, Smith and Shox, locks down the A site. And now EnVyUs up 3.
Yeah, so some rough rounds coming in and out from Copenhagen Wolves. They're playing the less favorite side, but I think in a matchup like against EnVy, on this map, if you want a chance in hell at winning, you need it 8 rounds on Terra side, at least. So I think this is where it gets really tricky. Normally, I'd say if you get like 6 or 7 rounds T side here, you're probably doing all right, but you're playing EnVy, got to do a lot better than that.
Unless Copenhagen knows about a certain boost spot that no other team has seen yet, but I don't think that's there.
I can't. I mean, I've tried to look a lot on this map, but I haven't come up with. I've come up with some things, but no new Fnatic boosts at all.
Okay, well, SMF and Hunden, the last 2 remaining. It's Hunden sitting back towards playground with the bomb. SMF pushed up towards toilets, trying to help clear long so his teammate can push in. But they do have, 2 smokes. They do have 2 flashes, so they have potential. I was going to say they have potential to work into that site, but with SMF just getting dropped off of that, that will almost shut down this round conclusively for EnVyUs. So there you go. Shox securing the last kill. 2 apiece for Smiths, and then 1 for each of his teammates, minus Happy. 7-3. Now this game, after we've had that little bit of crazy action out of Copenhagen Wolves taking the first, gun round, then take the next 2 after that, EnVyUs starting to pick up some steam.
Yeah, definitely. So it felt like there was a good moment in the beginning where Copenhagen Wolves were getting really good entries, and they need to find their way back to that, because right now it's something quite else. I mean, there is a level in this, apart from EnVy being a really hard team to play against because Happy's a really devious in-game leader. It's also just down to, if you match up any one player in EnVy versus any one player in Copenhagen Wolves, there's going to be a difference in favor of EnVy right now, and that's hard to deal with. Hiroshima playing very well on the edge of that smoke with a triple kill. They try and charge him down. Freeze coming in and will go down to Happy, so 8-3 here.
All right, well, Copenhagen Wolves finally going to be off the save that they had, as they have been the last two. Freeze picking up the op yet again. And I should go back to Freeze. I remember seeing him again back at the EMS1 raid call stuff, and he had some most ridiculous pistol rounds. And I haven't really seen too much out of him. I don't know what happened, since then, in what, the year and a half, 2 years since the EMS1 series. But I really want to see him step up again because I know he's a really solid player, and I really would like to see Copenhagen Wolves finally get some momentum going in terms of these tournaments, where they just haven't really been able to perform to the extent that they want to. But here we go, push coming in towards V Shocks, waiting. He's gonna get mollied out of that corner towards Hawks. He gets one though before he does drop.
Yeah, solid choice to sit and shoot. That's definitely better than trying to run and get tagged and die anyway. MBK, good double kill here. Cillian, the last man standing. 2 bullets for MBK. He really wanted to make that a good highlight. Goes for it with a pistol as well and flashed in by a teammate. He still goes down. That is a very clear indication of NBK playing for show more than for sort of effective efficiency. That's pretty clearly him just saying, oh, I kind of want to triple kill with the last 2 bullets there, but not quite going to happen. So 9-3 instead. Still a very good result here for Envy, and Copenhagen Wolves really having a hard time at it.
Well, they're able to buy up yet again. Freeze does have the op back for another round, but whether or not he's going to connect with some shots is a different question. Happy getting flashed in towards long tunnel, and again the stack coming in out of EnVyUs. Keo looking for the shot this time, maybe connect for it. And if we take a look at the map really quick, you look where the entire side of the terrace are. They were just sitting back by long, and they have the 1-man SMF to kind of play a little bit of a rotate to push up towards stairs. EnVyUs, they already have 4 men back towards A.
Yeah, the problem is 3. Once SMF comes up here, Kiyoshima is gonna, even though they've used the spot, it's still a hard spot to check because naturally you're just not going to be looking there. It could still go horribly wrong for the Cillian. Is he going to check? He will check, but still goes down. Now SMF trying to see if he can retaliate with that kill. He will take him down. Shots, though, has moved in and drops the bomb carrier in Hunden here with 40 seconds left. That's not exactly great. And Hunden actually gets disconnected a second after he dies, so timing, I guess, is there. But now 30 seconds left in his 2v2.
30 seconds, they definitely have the time to go to either site that they want. And looks like they will decide to push up towards A. But Happy, he's waiting to receive with an op. MBK putting a little bit of a quick rotate if he needs to. And Happy's going to peek around the corner towards toilets. Will he hit the shot, though? Flash coming in, does buy him a little bit of time. He knows exactly where they are now with all the flashes and smokes raining in. He's going to get the bomb down. He's going to re-peek with the 5-7. But the op comes out, and look at that. You couldn't tell the op was nerfed recently with the way Happy's been playing this game.
Right, so there are a couple of people. Actually, I think there's like a team almost, a club that only has 2 members in this game, as far as I can tell, and that's Happy and Snacks that fulfill like the most absurd roles. Like both of them have a really creepy way of playing around smokes. They can use almost any rifle, and just. They just, if you made a list of all the different traits you can have in this game, Happy and Snacks, I think, have like the most on the board right now. It's kind of weird. JW is really close to being in that group as well, I think. MBK, great spray down here, but not going to get the 3rd one. So it's still a 3v3. Shox comes in and drops the bomb carrier. A great rotation right now from Envy and making it really tough for Copenhagen Wolves to win. It's the 14th round. They have to win the last 2 rounds here, otherwise it's not going to work. And Freeze picks up the bomb and runs, and that's what he needs to do here. Just trying to make sure that they can at least get the bomb plant and maybe even force Envy into a weird position here.
Looks like Envy realizes this is happening, though. They're rotating as quick as they possibly can. Keo going back upstairs and just making sure Shox is checking all of his corners before he pushes it back up towards that A site.
One day I want to see someone throw a grenade from here and then kind of like, throw it up here and kill someone. Regardless, Shox is going to pick off SMF and Freeze turns around. Tech9 going to overcome Shox there. Really good kill, but 6 health left on Freeze. Is he going to walk into it? He spots it. He sees no one's on it. And Kiyoshima goes back and will go down. Freeze with a nice triple kill in the round. And that's a critical round here for the Danish team.
They needed that money, and going into now the final round of the first half, they could do with another.
Oh, no. Say it isn't so. NBK. He bought a Negev. He went there. And he's keeping it. Like, this is... It's a statement.
Okay, I'll talk about what I have in my head after this round, because I want to see how this works, this Negev. And so he just push. Oh, Happy goes down, but MBK is just waiting to mow them down. And there's one looking for more. Will he go for the left click hold? And he gets 2 more right after that. Headshots on all 3 of them. Looking for more. He gets it. Can he get the ace with the Negev? Esmet, the last man remain. MBK, we know he's playing stylish. He's looking for the chase, and he gets the kill. All headshots with that gun. This man is enjoying life right now.
He said, sorry, wrong buy, but I'm not sure if I'm buying it. It's, yeah, that's a Negev ace in the LAN finals here. That's never happened
You don't see that
ever.
every day.
No, I've never seen it happen before.
And all headshots.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he use that gun all the time if he can play it like that? Wow.
Actually, I can't say that the Negev should like somehow be a viable weapon or anything, but it is remarkably accurate for tapping. It's really creepy, but it's too expensive, and I don't know. I always had a dream that people would try and do it on nuke if they had like a really big lead. Just try and like spam A-bombs out of nuke with the Negev.
Just think of 1.6 with the CS:GO Negev.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Regardless, EnVy 11-4, huge lead for them. Pistol round coming up on the second half here in Copenhagen Wolves. They must win it. That's a nice start from Asilian. Great headshot to take down Shocks.
Yeah, phenomenal. And he's looking for a couple more. And can't get the shots just yet. He's being pushed from restrooms, and that will be Smith picking up the kill. Meantime, rest of EnVy is starting to push up, but Freeze is still over towards long. But oh my god, MBK, he is on fire in this match. Able to secure another. And now Freeze trying to push up from long, but he gets gooshed immediately. And now he's forced to back away. Happy chase him down. The nade comes in out of SMF, and he will pick up one. Can he get a second? He's got a man towards truck. He's got a man back towards long. And that smoke should buy him a little bit of time to push in. But Snappy needs to rotate in as well to help out. And SMF just can't connect the shots.
Kirishima at the end there. And I think Smith's maybe with one of the jumping shots as well in the end. 12-4. And EnVy not closing the map out, but it's really close at this point in time. And I think Copenhagen Wolves know it. Scout being picked up here. And I'm expecting pistol armor on everyone else.
While we do have this round, and we have a little bit of time in the beginning, what's your thoughts on the Scout lately? Because I've been hearing a couple of mixed things. You know, we might see it played a little bit more by Oppers just because of how mobile you are and how quick you can peek around corners compared to the Op with the changes.
Well, I think even before the Op changes, I actually think the Scout...
that
hits
your answer.
People. It hit Smith as one in the background. That was... Yeah, no, I think even before the Op changes, the Scout was... I think... too good for the money like you put into it. I think it did a lot in the game, but I don't know. It doesn't always work.
The tag again.
Yeah, and Hunden to finish it off there. Great work with from Asilian here.
He spots out another man, but he can't get the shots on the Smith. There it is, another kill coming in. And we're just talking about the Scout, and we're just seeing how well it can be played if it's in the right hands. And Asilian, I mean, he's almost single-handedly won this round for his team.
Yep. Scouting down pretty much all of EnVy. Finally going to get tagged up a little bit here, but it should be too late at this point. It's got a 2v5 situation going on. Happy, Kirishima both very low on health.
Now it's just Happy alone in a 1-on-4. He's got the Scout to worry about. He's got a couple of pistols as well. And he gets flanked from the back. And that is Snappy coming in to clean it up. Copenhagen Wolves do pick up the eco round off the back of Asilian with that Scout. That first shot, though, oh my lord. Yeah. I mean, the headshot and then hitting Smiths as well.
And it highlights actually what is the main sort of power of the Scout. I mean, apart from the fact that it's cheap and you can move fast and shoot with it, it's more the fact that you can jump and shoot so accurately. And the jumping and shooting accurately is kind of tied to this other problem, which is that when you jump, your hitboxes could be a little bit messed up.
Right, right.
So shooting people out of jumping is really hard. So it's like a whole combination of things. It's not just one thing. Either way, it worked out really well there for Asilian and Freeze and him. They're falling back into the site. Don't want to play too close to the incoming. What is this? Tech 9 P250 Mag 10 train?
Hey, never heard of it? It's like a choo-choo. Here comes. I got nothing, actually. I don't really see this kind of build-up before. But we'll see how the Mag 10s will work. I mean, you have Smiths and Shocks who, you know, with the smoke, the molly, and the flash, they could potentially get him out of position and into a favorable spot where they could pick up a clean kill.
Well, good defense so far being put in here from the Danish side, though. Happy will claim one kill on Asilian. They still have great defense going on right here, so if they just hold tight, should be all right. But as Hunden falls, that looks exceedingly difficult. Copenhagen Wolves, I think, if they'd just been standing in that crossfire they got going on, it would have been fine, but they kind of kept peeking and lost Lost a couple of players there. Snappy, last man standing. Happy gonna end up with an ace in this round. Slow ace as well, just like creeping up on us here. But he did actually land all the kills and is currently at 17-1-7.
I wonder how many aces have happened in one match alone. Because that's number 2. One for MBK, one for Happy.
Yeah. One with a FAMAS, one with a negative.
Not bad. And just to update you guys who are watching this stream over the A stream, currently, or not currently, what happened was TSM beat Virtus Pro 2-1. So TSM is moving on to play against Dignitas. All Danish affair.
See, I was actually kind of hoping that. Just because I'm curious what happens if those two teams meet.
Well, I heard Cadian really stepped up for his team after replacing Device since he's a little bit ill. But in the meantime, Copenhagen Wolves still trying to fight as much as they can in their first map, this best of 3 up against Team EnVyUs. But now it's all in Hunden. And
you say a little bit ill, but I think he was coughing blood at one point. So
that's still technically ill.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying it a little bit. It sounds like he's been hit by the land fever, the Copenhagen Wolves flu, or Copenhagen Games flu.
I would actually freak out if I was coughing blood.
You just gotta tough it out, man.
You do. Just gotta man up.
Go back and play some more Counter-Strike.
Of course. You gotta keep practicing. Either way, EnVyUs up 14-5 against Copenhagen Wolves. And they do have Shock's not decided to buy it with his team.
Oh.
And he goes straight down to Cillian right off the bat.
Yeah, really, really good peek coming out from Cillian. And they go back and play it safe after that, which is what they should do. You get that opening frag. Freeze really wants to take this peek, and it's not worth it. Though this is a nice position. Look at this. I have not actually seen this before. Maybe I've been out of the loop for too long, but that's a nice position. I mean, sure, it's exposed from some angles, but no one's going to be peeking here.
Let's see if it does pay off for him. Right now, EnVyUs, they're starting to rotate back towards B, though, where they have SMF and Snappy waiting to receive. And Cillian just hoping to use the spot, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Kirishima on the other side. Trying to boost up, see if they can make it work. And they lose a little bit of patience, smoke it off, and they spot out Smiths, and he's going to get that opening frag. So now it's back into a 4v4. The bomb's making its way back towards the B bomb site. So Snappy and SMF, they have to come up huge in this round right now. 25 seconds, and they spot out Happy was setting up for a grenade. So now part of the push has been already crumbled. SMF goes down. Snappy all on his shoulders right here. Spots out the players running through, but not going to get them. Smiths with the opening. Straight headshot. Bomb is being planted in that smoke. Should be completed right here. Yes, it will. And Hunden takes the kill a second too late. It's all unhappy here. 1v2. Hiding inside the smoke or playing right at the edge of it. Are they going to realize? And Freeze sees it coming. Great retake from Copenhagen Wolves. That could have been a horrendous round. It looked like as soon as SMF and Snappy went down, that they were going to lose it.
It did. It could have actually been almost the end of the game, too, because Copenhagen Wolves have been struggling for money for the majority of this game on that CT side. And credit to them for hold on and Freeze, not to mention picking up quite a few frags in that round. Cillian sitting at 14-18, Freeze at 14-16. And we have actually Hunden and Snappy both at 4 kills apiece. A little bit rough for them in this game. Then again, they did kind of get smashed in the first half.
Yeah, that's it, right? And the second half, they've been playing in less eventful positions. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say necessarily. But, definitely a little bit frustrating. Great grenade on Happy. That is almost maximum damage for an armored target. But over at the restrooms, Cillian's here. Could end up picking up a couple of more kills if it weren't for NBK hunting him down. And Shox is going to take down Hunden next. Freeze with a good kill on Shox. He's going to get flanked by Kirishima. So SMF and Snappy, and this is one of those situations where, well, how are they going to add too many kills to the scores here?
It's going to be difficult. I mean, luckily for them, the bomb still is not down, but with 58 seconds to go, you know it's going to be coming any second now. They're pushing up more towards T-spawn. I'd imagine they're going to try to save. I feel like that's what they're going to have to do. They're even trying to be really cautious coming around these corners. Happy already in pursuit, looking for them to track them down. Get those guns out of their hands. They don't spot any of them just yet. But either way, this will put EnVyUs onto map point. Yeah. We're looking at 15-6.
Hard really to know. I mean, just looking at what's been going on here, there were these 3 rounds in the beginning of the first half where Copenhagen Wolves just had great entry frags and things were looking really smooth on them.
Yeah.
And then it was like EnVy just decided, no, we're just not going to play that game anymore. And then that's it. They never came back from that. And that's the power of a team like EnVy. Like, that's what we were talking about with the class difference. You can't change that necessarily.
I'm actually just wondering kind of what happened for them to. Maybe they didn't expect Copenhagen Wolves to play a certain way, and that's how SMF was able to get so many, great entry frags. But whatever they did figure out and change, well, as you can see by the score load, it's been working out for them. Now going for a quick push on towards B. All of them just struggling straight through that long tunnel. Snappy trying to do something with the scout, but he will get flanked eventually. Shox picks up one, MBK picks up one, and now Hunden trying to come in. He can't connect any of the shots, at least for a kill. And now it's all in the hands of Freeze and Cillian to keep this from going to map 2 what they want a lead. And there we go, Freeze picking up the headshot on ABK, looking for the jump shot. And he can't connect that, unfortunately.
Yeah, EnVy not even scared. Just going to keep fighting here, even though they could play it safe and 100% have the win. But here it is. Good game called, and 16-6 in favor of EnVy. Very decisive victory on Overpass.
Yeah, very. Ridiculously decisive. I'm actually trying to see how many rounds they won on that T side. 11.
Yeah, they got 4 rounds total Copenhagen Wolves.
Wow. That is...
Yeah, they needed at least double that, I think. So.
And this was their map choice. This was the Wolves' map choice to play on Overpass, which means we're going to Inferno as a second map.
Yeah, which EnVy is, like, that's one of their strongest maps, and they're probably the second best team in the world at playing Inferno. This is going to get really tough.
If the Copenhagen Wolves have anything tricky to show, that I think they kind of need to do it now. I mean, the thing is, even if they win or lose, they still have difficult teams to play against. There's just so many good teams overall in the entire tournament.
Absolutely.
I just don't know.
No, it's just one of those things. I mean, the test here was also to see were EnVy having a weird day where they slow to warm up, maybe slow in the sense that it took them 6 rounds, but then they were like, oh yeah, we know what we're doing. So just super impressive. Kind of what we expect from EnVy, and it's good that they're prepared. We want them to be strong because they seem to be to this tournament. They're the favorites by quite a large margin.
I'm actually getting really excited for the potential to see EnVyUs up against Titan.
Yeah, I mean,
like
2 French teams in the same group here. It could be
gonna
really
be good. We have 2 French teams can go up against each other, 2 Danish teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. But guys, we'll head to a quick little break before we do kick off Inferno. This is the ESL Pro League, and we'll see you guys in just a few minutes.